Welcome to the Battleship New Jersey. Oh, please take a seat. Thank you, thank you. It has been a fine Navy day here at Battleship New Jersey. Good afternoon. Thank you. The weather gods have shined upon us today, thankfully. Good afternoon and welcome on behalf of our distinguished Board of Trustees, our Chairwoman Lisa Conte, and our board members who are here, and on behalf of our staff, welcome to Battleship New Jersey, the longest, 887 feet, 7 inches long, the fastest, 35.2 knots, although if you talk to some of our vets here, they'll tell you maybe they went a little bit faster than that. And the most decorated, 19 battle and campaign stars across World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Lebanon, and the Persian Gulf. Most decorated battleship in what on Monday will be the 250-year history of the United States Navy. My name is Marshall Spivak. It is my honor and privilege to serve as the CEO and Executive Director of Battleship New Jersey. Launched on December 7, 1942, exactly 1 year after Pearl Harbor, and commissioned in 1943, this great warship saw action in every major amphibious landing in the Pacific after 1944. During World War II, the battleship served as the flagship of New Jersey's own Fleet Admiral Bull Halsey when he commanded 3rd Fleet, and then Admiral Raymond Spruance when he commanded 5th Fleet aboard. In Korea, she was the flagship under the 7th Fleet of Rear Admiral Jocko Clark. In the 1980s, she was on station for over 170 straight days off the coast of Beirut following the Marine barracks bombing, where we unfortunately lost a chief petty officer of our own. And in the late 1980s, she became the first battleship to ever traverse into the Persian Gulf as the flagship of Battle Group Romeo under the command of Admiral Paul Reason. In all, over 45,000 sailors and Marines served on this mighty warship during her 21 years in the active fleet. Today, we're here to reunite two mighty warships, the BB-62 and what is left of CB-6, the Enterprise, the most decorated ship from World War II, with 20 battle and campaign stars. This battleship earned 19 battle and campaign stars over the course of 5 separate engagements. The Big E, 20 battle stars just in World War II. The New Jersey and the Enterprise served together in the Pacific, and we're extremely honored to play the temporary host of this sternplate until the new Museum of the United States Navy is built in Washington, D.C. And we're very honored to be joined today by several special guests sitting up here, and that includes Rear Admiral Ken Blackman, Vice Commander, U.S. Fleet Forces Command, and one of the lead organizers of Navy Marine Corps 250. Brigadier General, United States Marine Corps, Shannon Brown, Assistant Air Wing Commissioner of the 2nd Marine Aircraft Wing. Mark Bromberg, Mayor of the Township of Rivervale, New Jersey, whose township graciously donated the sternplate back to the Navy so we could be here today. Our great mayor, Mayor of the City of Invincible, right here in Camden City, Mayor Vic Karstafen. Jennifer Fleischer, our County Commissioner here in Camden County. George Leone, President and Chair of Homecoming 250, who has spent the last 5 years planning for this week. And I'd also like to give a very special welcome to the skipper of USS Billings LCS 15, whose ship hopefully you will be able to see and come back to see over the course of the next couple days. Skipper, we're proud to have you. Thank you to you and your crew, and we're proud to play host to your ship over the next couple days. Unfortunately, due to the shutdown, well, we were hoping to have the curator of the Navy and the director of the History and Heritage Command, Rear Admiral retired Sam Cox, but unfortunately because of the shutdown in Washington, he is unable to be here. But we thank Admiral Cox and the NHHC staff for helping coordinate this and for helping bring what Admiral Cox says, what he calls the holy grail of naval artifacts back to the Navy. So thank you very much for being here. And during the course of the Navy's time here in South Jersey, the New York Shipbuilding Company built 542 ships right here in the city of Camden. The final ship, fittingly named USS Camden, And to welcome the Stern Plate and to welcome you all here to Camden, let me call up our great mayor and our great friend, Mayor Vic Karstafen.
Thank you, Marshall. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the city of Camden, New Jersey. What a wonderful day. You know, we wouldn't be here today without so many individuals pulling their weight, making this happen. You know, Marshall, thank you. Pat, always thank you. Ted, everyone. I got to give it up for George Leone. George, raise your hand. George, you've been amazing, man. You know, the last 5 years. You know, just constantly talking to my staff, keeping us locked in on what's going on, whether it was last year, 2 years ago. You've just been on it, man. I know you're exhausted, but we're here now. The party has started, man, and welcome. Also welcome Mayor Bloomberg. Welcome to the city of Camden, Mayor of Rivervale, and thank you for preserving and allowing us today to have this prestigious honor of such a historic piece for the Navy. And welcome to all of our elected officials. Commissioner, thank you. You know, you always, I see Commissioner, it's like my 4th time seeing her today. That means a lot of good things are happening today in the city of Camden. Commissioner Fleischer. All of our special guests, military veterans, Navy personnel, let's give it up. Come on now. Yes. Families, historians, all of our community leaders that have made this historical day. Let's give it up for this young man right here. Pushing it through. That's never easy to interrupt anything like that. God bless him. Marshall knows I rarely miss an event. I love the battleship. Anytime I'm asked to come here, I just love what it represents and represent the city of Camden. And I always say it's the opportunity to board the world's greatest battleship whenever you come here, Battleship New Jersey. I'm truly honored to take part in today's ceremony as we unveil the Stern Plate from the legendary USS Enterprise. Both of these iconic vessels served in the Pacific during World War II, and it's quite an occasion as we unite the Battle New Jersey, the nation's most decorated battleship, with the USS Enterprise, the most decorated U.S. Navy ship of World War II. And this event is so well coordinated and timely as we celebrate the 250th of the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps. In fact, tomorrow, Friday, we'll be hosting a flag-raising ceremony right at Camden City Hall at 10 a.m. Again, tomorrow, 10 a.m. I know there's a lot of things going on, but we're going to have our flag raising to honor the Navy and Marines on their 250th anniversary. I encourage you, everyone here, please come on out in front of the Camden City Hall and join us tomorrow morning. I'm fortunate as mayor to be able to take part in a lot of these events, and they're truly special occasions where we can celebrate history, but more importantly, honor the men and women who serve our nation, and that is so important. So today, thank you for all joining us, paying tribute to these iconic symbols of American courage and also of the sacrifices that have been made. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Because I can't read my own remarks, I left out one key group of people, and that is we are very honored to have with us several families of CV6 Enterprise here with us, along with CVN 65 veterans who are here with us. Would you raise your hands or stand up? Enterprise vets and family of CV6 sailors. Thank you very much for being here to help us mark this important day. Next, I'd like to call up our good friend from Camden County, who's very excited. Camden County is very excited to have the Stern Plate here on our waterfront. Let me call up our friend, Camden County Commissioner and liaison to the battleship, Jennifer Fleischer.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's wonderful to be here. I'm so excited. It's also very hard to follow our wonderful mayor here, who's always wonderful when he speaks. I want to thank all the veterans, all the families, everyone for being here. This is such a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for us to start off this week of celebration. So I am so happy and honored to be here. As Marshall said, I'm Jen Fleischer. I'm the Camden County Commissioner and Liaison to Veteran Affairs. And on behalf of all of Camden County and all of my fellow commissioners, I'm honored to join you celebrating the U.S. Navy's Marine Corps 250th anniversary and this special welcome home tribute to the USS Enterprise. The Enterprise stands as a symbol of innovation, courage, and service across 6 decades, representing the very best of our nation's naval traditions. From her groundbreaking nuclear design to her pivotal role from the Cuban Missile Crisis to Vietnam and post 9/11 operations, the Enterprise and her crews embodied excellence and sacrifice. Today's commemoration ensures their story endures, connecting past service with present gratitude and future inspiration. We in the county want to extend a heartfelt thanks to the battleship, the CEO Marshall Spivak, our board of directors, to Pat Jones, to Ted Gallagher, our director of veteran affairs for the county, to the entire staff. We were talking about it beforehand. To get this battleship ready for the week has been an amazing feat, and I want to thank each and every staff member, whether they're veterans or volunteers or it's heartfelt every single step someone takes on the ship. I've been on the ship long enough to see every single swipe and every single cleaning thing and every single tour. It is done through the heart and done to really respect and show what the veterans deserve in our nation. The many volunteers and veterans help preserve this living history and honor all who served at sea. And may we continue to carry forward the spirit of service, respect, and pride that defines our veterans and our nation. Thank you so much for having me here today. I truly appreciate it, and I'm honored.
Thank you, Commissioner. Before we continue, I just have to take one moment of personal privilege. Very sadly, we don't have too many World War II veterans with us. But one just came in, and I'm very happy to see Paul Robbins, 100 years young, World War II, USS New Jersey plank owner, 1943, GM3, Paul Robbins. Paul, it's good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here. The only person here who knows what it's like to have served with the USS Enterprise in the Pacific. Thank you, Paul. Can I just see a show of hands? Who is a fan of our YouTube channel here at the Battleship?
Oh no.
That's a lot of people. You saw Ryan's face, that explains it all. So I'd like to call up our curator and the host of our now 275,000 subscriber YouTube channel. And not only a thank you to Ryan, but of course a thank you, and I'm going to embarrass her because her parents are here. Thank you to Libby Jones, of course. And Ryan's going to give us a little bit of history and background on the Enterprise, the stern plate, and the battleship having served with the Enterprise in the South Pacific. Ryan?
Hi, I'm Ryan Szymanski, curator for Battleship New Jersey Museum and Memorial. Thank you all for coming today to see the most beautiful ship participating in the Navy 250 celebrations.
Yes.
The most decorated ship participating in the Navy 250 celebrations. And thank you all for coming and sitting on the most decorated pier in Navy history, featuring the 20 battle stars of USS Enterprise and the 19 battle stars of USS New Jersey. This pier represents now ships that served in 39 different campaigns through at least 4 different wars. So, New Jersey enters the war at a time when there's really hard fighting, but the outcome is kind of a foregone conclusion at that point. And the only reason why America is still in the war at that point is the aircraft carrier Enterprise. From the day her design was started in the 1930s during the Great Depression, she started to put Americans back to work. This ship served her country from the day that designing started throughout her entire career. Just because her career was fewer years than Battleship New Jersey doesn't mean that she put in any less service than this ship. Battleship New Jersey and Enterprise would sail together throughout 9 different campaigns from February of 1944 all the way up until September of 1945 as members both of Task Force 58 and Task Force 38. These two ships have a history together. It's really fitting that they are being reunited now for the next couple of years, thanks to the folks at Rivervale for loaning it to us, and to the folks at Naval History and Heritage Command's upcoming National Museum for letting us host it until they're ready for it. Enterprise's service starts on December 7th. Like, her pilots fly into the attack on Pearl Harbor. Some of her aircraft are shot down during that battle. She sinks the very first Japanese warship after the attack on Pearl Harbor. Her aircraft ambush and sink a Japanese submarine operating within the Hawaiian Islands. She escorts Hornet on the Doolittle raid, and that is the only thing that prevents her from engaging in all of the carrier battles of World War II, because she misses Coral Sea. But she will be there for the other 4 carrier battles and every single one of the campaigns of the amphibious operations that Admiral Nimitz commanded throughout World War II. Battleship New Jersey receives operating support. Thank you all for coming today.
Brian's still getting used to his celebrity status, that's okay. We would not be here today without the generosity of the Township of Rivervale, its mayor, its council, its business administrator. Rivervale has been the proud owner of the Enterprise sternplate for several decades, and the Township of Rivervale has kept her in remarkable condition so she can be displayed here today. And as the husband of a Bergen County girl mayor, I know that this is not exactly down the street for you, so we're very happy for you to be here today. So it's my honor to invite up to the podium Mayor Mark Bromberg from the Township of Rivervale, Bergen County.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, veterans, members of the Navy and Marine Corps, and fellow Americans. It is a profound honor to stand here with you today aboard the most decorated battleship in United States history, the Battleship New Jersey. On this historic day, as we celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States Navy and Marine Corps. Today, we unveil a piece of American history, a steel sternplate from the legendary USS Enterprise CV-6, the most decorated ship in World War II. And we do so in the presence of a ship that once sailed beside her, the New Jersey, who shared the Pacific skies and seas with the Enterprise during some of the fiercest battles in the Second World War. This moment brings together 2 giants of American naval history. The Enterprise was at the heart of nearly every major battle in the Pacific, earning 20 battle stars for participating in the 20 major battles, more than any other ship, as well as receiving a Presidential Unit Citation and a Navy Unit Commendation. Her sailors, pilots, and air crewmen of her air group earned numerous Navy Crosses and other medals for valor in combat. Her air group conducted the critical dive bombing attack at the Battle of Midway on June 5th, 1942. Which changed the course of the entire war and arguably the course of world history. Guadalcanal, Santa Cruz, Leyte Gulf, on to the final push towards Japan, she stood firm. Because of her resilience, her enemies nicknamed her the Gray Ghost, the unsinkable Gray Ghost. But her story would have been lost to time after the war. That is until one man, William Henry Hoffman, an engineer from Rivervale, New Jersey, stepped in. Hoffman worked for Lipset, the company who was charged with dismantling the Enterprise. But he saw more than just a scrap of metal. He saw a symbol. He made sure this sternplate, this piece of her soul, was preserved. Rivervale cared for this artifact for many years. It has been our town's quiet salute to the Enterprise, her crew, and all who served alongside her, including those aboard this very ship beneath our feet. Today, on behalf of the people of Rivervale, we are proud to donate this historic sternplate to the National Museum of the United States Navy so that all Americans, present and future, may stand before it, reflect the courage it represents, and remember what was sacrificed to keep our nation free. May this sternplate now stand beside the New Jersey as a lasting symbol of service, unity, and the enduring strength of our armed forces. Thank you, and may God bless the United States Navy, Marine Corps, and the United States of America. Thank you.
Before I call up our next speaker, I'd like to take one more final point of personal privilege because we have another special guest who is here, and that is Rose Jordan, 102 years old, one of the original Rosie the Riveters for World War II. Rose, you want to wave your hand there? Thank you for being here today, Rose. Rear Admiral Ken Blackman is the Vice Commander of U.S. Fleet Forces and one of the Navy Marine Corps' 250th celebrations principal organizers. Burlington County, New Jersey native, Admiral Blackman has deployed to every major theater of operations around the globe since being commissioned in 1989. He was promoted to flag officer right here on Battleship New Jersey, and right after that served as Deputy Commander, U.S. 3rd Fleet. As I mentioned, this ship was the flagship of 3rd Fleet under Fleet Admiral Halsey, and now he serves as Vice Commander, U.S. Fleet Forces, where he is the Principal Advisor to Fleet Forces Commander and on all matters for Navy Reserve. Admiral Blackman.
Wow, it is such an honor to be here. And New Jersey, South Jersey, we come out. We come out and support our Navy. So, yeah, how about a round for all of us? So, you know, the hull of the Enterprise was scrapped, but the sternplate was saved. And the ship's still alive. The stories that we heard, these stories that these young men in the front row here can share with you about their escapades out in the Philippines, out in Hawaii, and their time, you know, they really had to serve with grit in the heat of battle. Early in the war, after Pearl Harbor, it was there was quite a bit of uncertainty about how the war would proceed, and ships like the carriers, having moved them out of port, are decisions that were made that really changed the course of history. And serving in today's Navy, we see as one of our new ships, the Billings, comes and moors up next to the New Jersey. I think the sailors that are serving today, they are gonna really gain quite a bit from being here at this historic place with this historic ship and this now historic sternplate. And the legacy lives on. The Enterprise is not here. The legacy of the Enterprise, the legacy of the sailors who served in harm's way on the New Jersey, that lives on in the sailors that you'll see walking off the brow of this ship over the next week. And so I encourage you stop a sailor, ask them where they're from, find out what they do, and you'll feel really good about the future of our national defense, the future of our United States Navy. And we couldn't do this without our brothers in arms, the United States Marine Corps, and represented by a general here. And I know the sailors that served on New Jersey, sailors on the nuclear carriers. They know the Marines were always there. They were always there, providing security on the ships back in the day. So thank you for that. But truly an honor, and really encourage you to get out and see the sailors around the area here, and to honor the legacy that has preceded us. And the Navy's the away game, really. We're out there, sailing the oceans to keep the fight from coming to the States. So, we're really glad to be coming back to our birthplace here, and wish you a great rest of the day. And thank you very much.
And we also like to extend our thanks to General Brown for being here. As I told him earlier, 3 out of the 4 commissionings of this ship, we hosted Marine detachments, and we've had several thousand Marines who have served aboard the battleship New Jersey. As I mentioned earlier, the ship served off the coast of Beirut, and the ship's company and our Mardet were some of the first responders, led by Mike Holmes here, battleship veteran, president of our Veterans Association. And we're proud of our Marine Corps history, and we plan on celebrating that here on November 11th with some great guest speakers, including Medal of Honor recipient Colonel Harvey Barney Barnum, who's the namesake of the next Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, DDG-124, the USS Harvey Barnum. And so we're excited to welcome him, as well as Brigadier General Bynum, who will be joining us from the Pentagon. So please come back November 11th. Today is just day 1 of Homecoming 250, and has been noted several times, and let me add my own. We would not be here without the vision of Battleship Trustee and our friend George Leone. George has been planning this for 5 years, and as I said to him the other day, I remember when he first came to the board to say, I have this idea, I want to convince every former Secretary of the Navy to sign on, and that was 5 years ago, and I remember thinking, this is a really cool idea, I hope it comes to fruition, but I'll worry about it in 5 years. Well, it's 5 years, and here we are, and it's going to be a really fantastic week, so I'd like to call up George to give us a little bit of an update about what's happening over the next week right here in Camden, and of course across the river in Philadelphia.
I was the first speaker this morning. The last speaker is hazardous because you want me to get off the stage so it'll all be over. So I'll try to be brief, but I have a few things to say. We have the stern plate from Admiral Halsey's first flagship, and his favorite flagship stands behind it. Admiral Halsey fought like the Dickens to save the Enterprise. He was not successful, obviously, but William Henry Hoffman saved the stern plate. It's a tragedy. It was the rest of it was scrapped, but the result was that there will always be an Enterprise. CV-65, and there's an Enterprise being built right now. Now, we do have a great series of events here coming up, and I'll just mention a few. We've got on Saturday the Navy Temple game. On Friday we have the Army-Navy Cup down in Chester. We've got on Sunday 2 big events, an all-veterans reunion picnic for veterans of all services on Independence Mall, followed by the Victory at Sea concert featuring Patti LaBelle and the U.S. Navy Band and the Commandant's own Marine Drum and Bugle Corps, which we're very proud to have. And then on Sunday, the Navy's 250th birthday, We have a number of events, including the 7,000 person parade. That's who's in it. Not, the more people will watch it than that, I hope. And that's going to honor young people, as well as the Navy and Marine Corps, young people on the process of joining the military. And then we have the Navy 250th commemoration, where the Secretary of the Navy will speak with the Chief of Naval Operations, and the Blue Angels will fly over Independence Hall. And that night, we have fireworks in the Delaware, and there's no better place to watch them than right here. So I hope you all come out for all those events. Now, there's another saying about the Enterprise, which I think I heard on a television program, which you may have seen, which uses a ship named Enterprise, as in There Will Always Be One. And that is that God watches over children, drunks, and ships named Enterprise. Now, I'm not sure which category I fall in there, but I certainly appreciate that God's been watching over us, and the Navy and the Marine Corps have come to join us here to celebrate their 250th birthdays. Go Navy, go Marine Corps, go Battleship New Jersey, go Carriers Enterprise. Thank you very much.
Thank you, George. Before we take this tarp off, let me offer one more word of thanks to our friends from the Township of Rivervale for being here, for donating this stern plate back to the Navy and back to where she belongs, which will be the future National Museum of the U.S. Navy. So now I'd like to ask our CVN 65 veterans to come up, the families of our CV6 veterans to come up and help us lift the tarp and unveil the stern plate for all to see. Admiral General, you want to join them up front?
Good view's overrated.
I was afraid we were going to miss this with the speakers. We were going to check that.
So you'll notice that the stern plate is painted not in your typical haze gray color, but in this blue color, which was the final color scheme of the CV6 in World War II. The same color configuration the battleship also had in World War II, which earned her the name Black Dragon. At nighttime, when the ship's firing, the ship looked black. And when you saw the fire of the 16-inch turrets, it looked like a fire-breathing dragon out in the South Pacific. So she is painted in her final CV6 color configuration. And of course, thanks to our friends from ST Hudson for helping us out with this project. And you'll see a steel version of CV6 down here with 20 stars representing her 20 Battle Line campaign stars. So thank you very much to our CVN 65 former crew members. Greg, thank you for getting everyone here, CV6 families. Thank you, Admiral Blackman, General Brown, and our distinguished guests. Thank you, Mr. Mayers. We are thrilled for you to be here. If anyone would like to take a tour of the battleship, you are more than welcome to do so. Just come right aboard on the forward gangway here, and we'll get you started on your journey of the tour for the battleship. Again, thank you so much for being here. We're really grateful for your participation, and we hope to see you out to tour not only the battleship, but USS Billings